It's Sunday afternoon, which can only mean one thing. It must be time for Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Let's jump in. Woohoo! Yes, that's right, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, back with none other than episode 99 of Show Us Your Cat. Oh my goodness. Yes, you did hear me correctly. That is episode 99. Oh yeah, where we're going to be taking a look around the world at your boats and where it is that you sail them. Today you are in for an absolute treat, as I'm sure that you've seen on the video thumbnail. There is something pretty spicy coming your way on Show Us Your Cat today. That rhymes. I'm coming to you from Wild Wind Sailing Holidays on the Greek island of Lefkos. We're assembling a fleet of fine catamarans and monohulls ready for when we open in the middle of May. So if you're able to get out here, then it is definitely on the cards. If you'd like to be featured in an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat, then yes, you can. All you need to do is send me some pictures, maybe some video of your boat, some information about maybe when you got your boat, what you like to do with your boat, who you go sailing with, that kind of thing, and you could be featured in one of the upcoming episodes of Show Us Your Cat. One of the main events this week that came out of Joyrider TV was the long-awaited first time crewing video. If you haven't seen this yet, I made this video, so if you are either a beginner sailor and you've never been out before and you've been invited to go out as crew on a catamaran, it's kind of what to expect. But you could also use this if you are the skipper of a catamaran and you want to know what sort of information a new crew might need, then this video could be very useful for you. So if you haven't yet checked it out, do check it out, because it's there to be checked out. So there we are. Also ongoing, and it is really heating up now, is the 2021 Speed Stick. I think we've just got to 30 entries on the Speed Stick, which is way more than we had by this time of year in the previous Speed Stick. So I think it's going to be a hot one. So get involved. If you're going out sailing, take a GPS device with you if you can. Send me the results and I'll get you on the Speed Stick. Or if you've already got on the Speed Stick and you've managed to notch up a higher speed, then yes, you can. Just keep sending in your updated speeds and notch it up on the Speed Stick. Great stuff. But for now, yes, it's time for Show Us Your Cat. So let's jump in and see what we're looking at on this week's Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Oh yeah. So we're starting off this week by heading to France, to Brest, where we have Enzo. Enzo and his twin brother have got a Mark II Nacra Infusion F18. Oh yes. They've had the Infusion for 5 years now. But let's backpedal to when the guys started their catamaran sailing journey. They started out on the Hobie 15, the Hobie 16 and the Hobie Max. They put a lot of hours on the water developing their skills and pushing these boats to the limits, as we can see here. Plenty of crashes, thrills and spills later. The guys were ready, so 5 years ago they bought this fantastic looking Nacra Infusion Mark II. As we learnt last week, the Infusion Mark II is still one of the heavy hitters on the F18 racing circuit, and this example is ready to go to a competition and absolutely smash it if the guys fancy doing a bit of that. But these guys are absolutely fanatical about sailing their Nacra, and they spend as much time as possible absolutely sending it across the Bay of Brest, which really does look like a fantastic piece of water to go smashing out some big speeds on an F18. But even on an F18, you have to make sure that you know where the limits are, so the occasional pitch pole is all part of the process. 8 out of 10 for that dismount. So here we are on board with the guys. Just a couple of weeks ago, once again the Mark II Infusion proving that it's an absolute flying machine. So thanks very much, Enzo, for sending us the video and story of your catamaran sailing evolution. We're looking forward to seeing what's coming next from you guys. You can follow the team on Enzo's YouTube channel. Just check out the link in the description below. Next, we're heading to the south coast of England, to Sovereign Sailing Club in Eastbourne, where we have Stevo. Stevo has got an FX1. Oh yes, and this has been quite a long awaited feature. He purchased the boat in January 2020, and it had only been used twice in the 8 years before he bought it. When he got it, it was rigged completely wrong. It had the wrong spinnaker. Fortunately, it also came with an older spinnaker, so Stevo was able to get out on the water. But he soon made up his mind that he wanted to tidy up the hulls, because he'd spotted one small spot of damage and some dents. So Stevo booked her in with East Coast boat builder and catamaran sailing legend Andy Webb, who started giving the boat a thorough inspection. The light damage on the hulls actually turned out to be a really big repair that had been done pretty badly. And then on closer inspection, it turned out that there were more areas on the hulls that had been repaired badly. So the job, which was meant to be small, actually turned into a pretty major refurbishment project for Andy there. After several months in Andy's workshop, Stevo was reunited with his FX1 on April the 1st this year. And oh my goodness, that boat is looking like it just rolled out of the factory brand new. What a spectacular job. I think this is proof that if you want your boat refurbishing in the UK, then Andy Webb can certainly do you a good job there. So let's join Stevo for a good look at his completely restored FX1. Over to you, Stevo.
Here is my FX1. So as I'm sure Joe has just shown, it has changed a little since when I first purchased it after some damage. Here she is, top of the beach. New mainsail, new hull work. Come up amazing after some great work by Andy Webb. It's an Essex. New graphics, courtesy of a member of our sailing club. So I keep my Hobie on tyres, as do all the other boats on the beach. But I have covered my tyres with some winter tyre covers, as I was finding the black rubber was rubbing off on the bottom. So with my FX1, I acquired it in last year, January. It was built in 2004. I've done quite a lot of work to it. As I said, I've got new sails. The hulls have been completely restored after some TLC, but found some damage. All new ropes on the boat. with the kite sheet, I've tried and tested, as someone said on one of Joe's Q&As, about putting Velcro along the beam, and I can report so far with a new rope this is working, and I expect it to get better as the rope wears a bit and becomes a bit more fluffy, but I'm not getting the issue of the rope hanging in the water. Here's a closer look at the new main by Long Sails. Coming around the back of the boat. The rudders weren't in too bad shape, but they have been touched up with a few little chips, and a couple little chips that I did last year, learning to come ashore. As you can see, we've got a pebble beach. On a flat day it's easy to come in, but when there's some waves it might come in slightly a bit more tricky. So here we are around the other side. I invested straight away when I purchased the boat at a hot stick, the extendable tiller. I invested in a carbon tiller. I soon snapped this, and I've since purchased a nice thicker carbon tiller. I've replaced the downhaul with the, again, advice from Joe, with the blocks at the edge of the trampoline, so when you capsize you can use the trapeze to get back in. So my trapeze setup, I've got a double block, so it hangs higher, pull it down to clip it in, and then above it you have the height adjustment. Running Dyneema trapeze wires or ropes, all spliced in by a local member. And then we move forward to my custom chute made by Smith Covers, a member here at Eastbourne Sovereign Sailing Club. Amazing work, and he surprised me by, we just discussed this, and he surprised me by making me a custom chute, and it does look great. So that is my FX1 here at Eastbourne Sovereign Sailing Club on a sunny Sunday morning. Thanks Joe for all your hard work with the Joyrider channel. It's back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, Stevo. I think everybody will agree that your FX1 is looking absolutely fantastic. She has to be one of the tidiest FX1s out there. And thanks for that great tip on using the covers on the tyres. I think we might actually start doing that a bit round here. Nice idea. Now let's just take a look at that custom spinnaker. Oh yeah, everybody is certainly going to know which one you are out on the water. So there we go. What an absolute pair of stunners on this week's Show Us Your Cat. Thank you very much to Enzo and to Stevo for sending us the pictures and videos of their boats. Fantastic. So don't forget, you can be featured in an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat. Get involved, or if you have already been featured in Show Us Your Cat, but you've made some fairly significant upgrades to your boat, then Show Us Your Cat again is also an option. By the way, happy Easter to everybody who happens to be having Easter today. It is Easter today in Greece, so happy Easter to everybody who is having a bit of that right now. But I'll be back next week with episode 100 of Show Us Your Cat. So who knows what that is going to bring. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon on Joyrider TV with some more.